And we're live.
Are we live?
We are.
We are live. Hello, everybody. I'm Kim Coles, and this is,
Dr. Jaye Johnson.
and we have been here this is our third day, 2 days in a row, and this is the bonus day. So excited to be with you. We're so excited about tonight's presentation. If you haven't been here already, worry not. We're going to catch you up and talk about finishing strong and shining forward. The first day we talked about harvesting 2025. You cannot go into 2026 with the same energy that you had all of 2025. It's all about harvesting
A
and
harvest move.
your harvest move. That's your
Yeah.
harvest move. Your harvest move, gathering all the thoughts, the ideas, the ups, the downs, the joys, the challenges, the lessons, the wisdoms, so you can look at them and embrace them and enjoy all of 2025, even if it wasn't all enjoyable, right, EJ?
Right. Because, sometimes it feels like it's not enjoyable. We all
Sometimes
have those moments.
I had plenty of those moments this year, but lots more moments that were not that, because I've already begun shifting them. Like, what was the lesson? If there was something that was less than enjoyable, I go, okay, what's the lesson I'm supposed to get here? And then yesterday we talked about
Releasing and recoding.
releasing and recoding. And you did that one. That was your jam.
Release. It's my release move. So it's harvest, release, and recode.
Recode. We're going to have to get another hand gesture for tonight. This was not planned, everybody. Well, the 3 days were planned, but these hand gestures, and yeah, we're not at all planned. But I'm so grateful to be on this journey with you, EJ, journey of life and the journey of the embracing the lessons, and the journey of sharing with everyone what we feel are the ways to illuminate 2025 and shine on to 2026.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
been a great experience. And I'm so happy that you said yes to do this and that we're doing it. And we have our community family joining us afterwards for the coaching sessions, which I get so much out of those as well. So it's been fun.
It's been fun. So, EJ, this was EJ's bright idea, and we collaborated. We collaborate well. It's such a joy. So, by the way, for those of you, you said our community after this, we're going to invite you to be in our community as well. We're going to talk through all this content, share all this content, share all this wisdom with you, and then make an invitation for you to join us in our story and stage society community. I call it a community, but Jay is there too. Jay, it's a community with a
And
with a
Jay. I'm like, and
with,
Jay.
and Jay, kind of like Mrs. Obama and Craig. Remind me to tell you all the story of Mrs. Obama and Craig. All right, so tonight is day 3, blueprint and beyond, your 2026 power plan. I'm going to suggest lovingly that you get a pen and paper or a journal or a little device that you can jot some things down, because we're going to talk you through some powerful prompts to get you on the path for 2026 so beautifully. And so get ready. So without further ado, what's the next slide, Dr. EJ? All right. Hi, I'm Kim Coles. I'm an actress, comedian, author, speaker, and coach. I've got 40 plus years in this business we call show. It gives me so much life. And I learned along the way the ways that I can take the gifts that I had learned in life and in Hollywood and transmute them into gifts that I can use in other ways. So not just with a script and on stage, creating my own stages and then using those stages to teach others how to step on the stage through writing their own books, through becoming captivating speakers, and learning how to use their own magic to illuminate their message and their movement. So that's me. EJ, tell them about you.
I'm Dr. Jaye Johnson, and I am a coach, a healer, a best-selling author. Actually, I'm all of those things as titles, but ultimately, I'm here to be a beneficial presence on this planet. And I do that through the things that are listed here in this list. But really, my passion is working with entrepreneurs and healers and coaches that are up to making an impact in the world. And I get to have fun doing that every day with Kim in her business and my other clients in their businesses. So I'm here to serve and be of service to you all.
Yeah, that's what these 3 days are about. It's been such a joy doing this. So let's keep going. And by the way, hello to everyone. I see you all in the comments. I see some folks who have been in communities before and want to come back. We're happy to have you back. I see some of the ladies who are already in our group. So welcome, welcome. All are welcome and enjoy. So tonight is going to be about turning your clarity into strategy. You know, it's great to get clear, and we're going to get really crystal clear tonight. And then to ask some questions about the strategy around it, creating a plan for yourself for 2026. I'll admit that I have not always been the best planner. I'm a good strategizer. Once I see all the pieces in place, I go, hey, okay, I know what to do with it. I don't always pre plan as well as I could or should. And this kind of work I'm doing with you so that I can set powerful intentions for 2026, because that's how you activate all of this. And this is not just about vision boards, which are lovely. This is about the vision for the future that you want for you, for your family, for your inner circle, for your circles to come. And so that's what tonight is about. Really getting clear on the strategy involved. And we've got some beautiful, I've got a gift. I'm trying not to tell y'all what the special gift is. So this is, I'm going to make myself a little smaller or put my glasses on. Today, we're going to build your 2026 plan. That's the strategy. We're going to build a 90-day map, and we're going to build a story, your future story for 2026. And please do share anything that you wish in the comments. This is a community. We love to create safe spaces. If there's something that's too private for you that you don't want to share, that's perfectly fine. Share it in your notebook or keep it in your heart, but keep it close, because these are the visions that we're prepping for 2026 and beyond. So today you will craft a power vision, you'll build a 90-day vision blueprint, and ooh, do we have a treat for you, and you will draft a 2026 aligned future you story. And the alignment piece is the distinction. It's like I could just write a story about next year, I'm gonna have a really good year, I'm gonna make lots of money, and I'm gonna drink my water and mind my business. Oh, great. But what's the alignment with that? I mean, the alignment that we create is the action piece of it. And you will meet your 2026 self tonight. So, I think EJ, that was for you to take over. Take over, EJ.
Here
I'll
I
be here in the chat and loving up on all y'all. And, oh, by the way, before I forget, I just want to say there is a workbook. We have a resource guide for you. Maybe EJ will pop that in the chat here. By the way, if you registered for this, we'll make sure we email that to you. This is a resource. It's like sort of an ever moving. By the end of tonight, it will be a completed document of all the replays, all the resources we promised that we would give you. By the way, that's the
You can actually scan that QR code and it will take you right to the living document
that's what
that we are constantly adding our resources for you to have access to.
And EJ, you'll let me know if there's a link that I can share.
I'm sorry, if you looked at it yesterday, it's very different today because we've added more stuff.
It's a living document. All right. That being said, and you'll let me know if you want to share it as a link in the group at some point. Other than scanning, and there you be.
There you go.
There you go. All right, your turn.
I'm gonna take that QR code down for a second, just so that we could have a clear path. So before we jump into the rest of the content for tonight, I want to walk us through a brief guided visualization. So we want you to just kind of set aside anything that you were thinking about before you got here, and know that you could pick it up after we complete tonight and go back to working on it and or doing whatever you need to do with it. But I really want to invite you all to give yourself this time as a safe space, as a place for you, a gift for you in this gift giving season, to be here now, be fully present here. If you're driving or you're doing some other things, that's quite all right. Don't try to do this exercise with us. Just continue focusing on what you're doing. But if you are in a place where you can just get still for a moment and maybe even close your eyes, if you'll recall, last evening we did a visualization where we kind of stepped into our future self, who we see ourselves as in 2026. And we want to capture that again. And so I want to guide us briefly through a visualization process and, just be present here with me. So if you would just get comfortable, sit where you are, close your eyes. If you feel better having your eyes open, that's fine too. Just get into a comfortable place with your body, feeling comfortable in your body. And take a breath with me. Just inhale and exhale, and continue to breathe normally. There's no special way to breathe here, just the way you breathe. And if you will, get present to what you're up to in your life, what you desire in your life. Over the last 2 days, we've harvested from 2025 some of the lessons, some of the great things that happened. Even if they didn't look great at the moment, we harvested that and we shaped that in a story that we could utilize in our future. We also released some of those limiting beliefs that keep us small and keep us in a place of stagnation rather than elevation. And then we went on to declare who we are going to be, who we're stepping into. We got a chance to visualize that and presence that last evening. And I'm going to ask you to presence that right now. If you were to look out at December of 2026, who are you? Like, really, who are you? Are you the person people can depend on? Are you the person leading? Are you the person creating? Are you building? Who do people look to you as? When you walk into a room, who do they see? If you look at that future self of yours, what do you feel in those times? How do you feel? Do you have joy? Do you have excitement? Do you feel curious? What's present for you in that future self? If you're standing in December 2026 and you look back over the year, who have you become throughout that time? Were you of service? What is your life and the people in it? What do they look like? Is there love present? Is there happiness, calm, peace, beauty? What matters to you? What are you most proud of? Just really sit with that for a moment. Feel that in your body, not just as an emotional feeling, but as a physical feeling. And when you've identified it or you recognize it, you can go ahead and open your eyes and come back into the space that you are in and Be fully present here with us. I want you to know that this is accessible to you every day, all the time, and you should visit it and revisit it every day, all the time, as a reminder of who you are. You see, even though I asked you to look at 2026, December of 2026, and get present to that person really is living right within you right now. It's just asking you to allow it to be expressed. And so the more you visit it, the more you connect with it, the more you feel it in your body and in your emotions, the more you become congruent with it and aligned with that person. And there isn't anything out there. It's all within you. It's all of you. So you can access it whenever you desire. I want to thank you for going through this process with me. And I know we go through these slides really quickly. I took you through the vision prompts already. I did this last night, didn't I? I just went ahead and did it and didn't even go through the prompts. But what we want to talk about is what I want to touch on now. I don't want to skip over because this is very important. While you're in the space of visioning your future self, it's important that you note down some of the key things that you identified about yourself in that future self. I asked you to look at what you were feeling. How did the people respond to you? This slide kind of helps you shape who you are in that moment. So if you can recall what you felt or what you saw or what you experienced during the visualization, you can ask yourself some key questions like I am what? What is my identity? In 2026, I'm a CEO, or I am getting married. I am happily married already. Whatever it is your heart desires, your vision, your higher vision for your life. You could ask yourself the question or fill in the blank of I created, right? What did you create? What did you create for the world? How did you serve over 2026? Who did you serve? What did you earn? Did you earn a Nobel Peace Prize, or did you earn a Grammy or an Emmy, or did you earn $100,000 in your first month? What did you earn? Did you earn respect? Did you earn love? And you grew into what? What did you grow into? A person that when you look in the mirror, you love, you like, you enjoy. You grew into a better grandmother, or a more present father, or a giving sibling. What did you grow into? What was your growing edge? Go ahead and take some time and note these things down. Your vision for your life is your roadmap. It is the foundation for creating a blueprint, which we're going to get to soon. It is the big why. Everybody always, I feel like that minimizes it. Your vision for your life is your purpose. It's your creation your co-creation with the creator of your understanding. When you step into seeing who you are and what your growing edge has been over the year, it starts to shape into the vision for your life, which is the foundation for creating any sort of plan, blueprint, roadmap, whatever you want to call it. So make a promise to yourself right now to revisit this, to revisit this often, not just during this planning sort of planning stage of the year, but every every so often revisit this vision. I encourage it every day to revisit the vision that you hold for your life. I'm going to turn this back over to Kim as we move into our next segment.
Great stuff, EJJs. That's my nickname for him, one of the nicknames. So my voice is doing a thing, so you'll see me sip a little tea, have a little water, but I'm real excited to share this piece of it with you. There's one part that I'm like so lit up. So we've walked through this beautiful exercise with EJ to envision our vision, right? And I came clean a little while ago that I'm not always great at that. Like I'm visionary, but I don't always make the plan. I just go, I'll know what to do when I get there. And that's worked okay. But I imagine how much more effective I would be, how much more fill in the blank I would be if I actually had more intention behind it. I'm willing to do the action. I'm willing to be visionary, but it's making the plan. And so I thought that the next piece of this plan, the next piece of this vision would be to go from it being, out there to lock it in and get it more embodied. And from my perspective, the way to embody things is often through the power of story. Those of you know me know I love the power of story. So what if you have this vision, and you do, and you've begun working out some of the aspects of the vision, and you have, what if you were to write a new story? A story like my story for 2026. Now, some of us choose a word of the year. By the way, almost every year I choose a word of the year and then I forget it by March because I move on to something else. I'm going to do better this year. But I think I'm going to do better because I'm actually going to just create a story for myself. Yeah, right, Tammy. Intention is all the things. Intention and then action on that intention. And so what if we were to create a story? What if you were to create a story that would help lock it in for you? And so as EJ was saying, visit this over and over and over again. And here's another way to do that. You can write a story and then step into it. And then you can shift it as you go along if needed, right? This gets, you get to work with this the way you choose to work with it. It doesn't none of this is locked in. What is locked in is your commitment to your future. And so I, on the first day, taught this blueprint, a story blueprint, and we're going to use that blueprint to craft a future story. And the key elements are the scene, the spark, the struggle, the shift, and the shine. The scene, the spark, the struggle, the shift, and the shine. This story that you're going to create is going to make your vision real. It's going to, bring it right down, right into your lap, right in front of you, right here, right in your body, right? And it's going to make the commitment more embodied for you. And then it's going to give your vision a voice, a rhythm, and a direction of your choosing. This is all of your choosing. So why don't we start with the opening scene of your 2026 story? And the scene is just that. Where are you? What does it look like? Do you have a new home? Are you moving out of the place you are in and you're moving into a new place? Or have you moved? Are you peaceful? Are you energized? Are you organized? Are you not any of that? And, my hope for you is that you would write in the expanding positivity and possibilities. So I'm hoping that you're in a place that you absolutely love. Why not envision something that you love? An organized, peaceful place with plenty of plants, because that's what you like. Right now, you got one little cactus, but in 2026, you have a whole garden in your house or outside. How do you wake up? Every morning, do you wake up and stretch and put on your sports bra and your bike shorts and go for a walk? I don't know. Do you wake up and roll out of bed and stretch and do your yoga? Do you get up and tend to those beautiful plants? Do you roll over and kiss your mate? Maybe after brushing your teeth? I don't know. What's your vision? What's your emotional tone? When you wake up, how are you feeling? What are you feeling? What's the experience, right? And what matters most to you? You get to set the scene. You know, I saw this girl on Instagram, this lady, I should say, on Instagram today. And when I tell you, her place is decorated as if it is like a French salon from like 1946. She has, pieces that look sort of antique, and, the color of the walls is like gorgeous. And it's like, oh, she did a lot of work to make this. Her kitchen cabinets are not like white or gray or brown. They're like purple, like a rich, deep eggplanty. And the whole house is this colorful melange of, deliciousness. And she sets the table for her girlfriends when they have their brunches. And I was like, she envisioned this before she even created this. She didn't just go to Home Depot and pick some paint and paint the walls. Like, this was a plan. So where are you? How do you wake up? And what matters most to you? Write your story. We're starting this. It's just the opening scene of your best life, right? Of your best life. And the next one is the spark. So the spark is something happens in your future story. There's a spark. The spark is the commitment that you made really today inside this challenge. So you can cheat if you want to and go, the spark was the day that I decided that I was going to have my vision, and it was today. Or it might be another spark. Maybe you're in your beautiful home, tending to your beautiful gardens with your beautiful partner, and you receive a text saying, "Oh, we need you to speak at the empowerment summit in a month." And that was the spark that sparked everything else for you. That's what got you the garden outside in addition to all the plants inside. Like, after you spoke on this stage and made thousands and thousands of dollars and got new clients in your field, now you were able to hire someone to fix your garden. Whatever it is, you get to make it up. Whatever it is that you want it to be. What's the spark? What was the decision? The decision was, I'm going to take that call. I'm going to say yes to that empowerment summit. Maybe the spark was, today is the day that I actually am going to really get clear about my health. I'm going to take control. I'm going to take charge of my health. That was the spark. Because you know that in your story, in the vision and the future of your story, is that you are now healthy and well. Your joints move freely. You're going to Pilates. You're going for a walk every day. Your skin has improved. There's a pep in your step. What was the spark for you? What was the pivotal moment? What did you release and let go? What did you embrace and commit? I'm going to put on my glasses so I can really see this. Did you stop diminishing your voice? Did you choose rest as a non-negotiable? Did you prioritize your gifts and visibility? I say yes to all of that. Can I tell you all something about a decision that I made a little while ago? Was to start wearing one of these, little rings that would track my sleep. I don't have it on right now. The company's called Alter. It's kind of like, I forget the name of the other company. It tracks your heart rates and all the things. I was like, I know I'm not getting great sleep, but I don't know how bad my sleep is. Well, this little tracker tracks it for me. I open the app and it's like, oh, you got this much sleep, and this is what your heartbeat rate was, and this is why you're now ready for more exercise today. Ooh, clock all your calories and clock what you ate. It was a decision that I made that has illuminated so much. It's like, oh, I'm actually getting better sleep because I now want to get great numbers on that little app. It has changed things for me. I'm feeling better in my body because I am getting more sleep, because I've, gamified it for myself. That gets to be part of it wasn't on my vision board for 2025, but it is now for 2026. Does that make sense? The vision and the future me. This spark now becomes the anchor of your next chapter. Okay. The next piece. Okay. This is the one I told you I was excited about. Not that I'm excited about struggle, but this is going to be, that phrase when people say, small hinges swing big doors. So getting clear on this piece right here could really make the biggest difference for you, and has made a huge difference for me. So the reason why I'm excited about it is I learned about this aspect, this concept, about 8 or 9 years ago. My teacher, mentor, friend, Elizabeth Purvis, I always like to give credit where credit is due. She taught a class about being aware of the obstacles as you're going through your journey. And I'm going to paraphrase it and put it in my own terminology. Is that when you are creating a vision for yourself, when you're creating a plan for yourself, it's kind of cool to actually plan for the challenges and the obstacles. Now, I'm very aware that you can't possibly know every potential obstacle or every challenge that will come up. You couldn't know. And by the way, I'm not even saying this in a negative way, like just know that there's going to be some obstacles. I'm not even saying this in a negative way. I'm saying life be lifing. But here's the piece that's the magical piece, is that you know you. And if you can identify some of the potential pitfalls, obstacles, brick walls, stumbling blocks in advance and prepare for that so they become a non-issue, you are so much further along on your journey. And let me give you an example. You decide to go on a diet. I'm going on a diet. I'm going to lose this weight. I'm going to get these hips down. Whatever. I'm going to get healthy. And you know doggone well that you got a bag of Chip-Ahoys in your cabinet. And you know that's your thing. Your jam is them Chip-Ahoys, or for me, potato chips. You know that. And yet you leave them in my cupboard. I have the willpower to get through this new health journey I'm on. And maybe you do. But then there's human nature, and then there's the day that you have like a fight with your loved one, or something at work doesn't go well, and you're like, I deserve a chocolate chip cookie. Next thing you know, you're through the whole bag because you left them in the cupboard. You didn't prepare. You didn't go, I'm on this health journey. I got to give the cookies away, or I got to not buy the next batch of cookies. Like, you can set yourself up to win by not even buying the cookies. Now, you may still want the cookies. And in my case, I would go, okay, I know that if I want these cookies, I'm going to have to put on a brassiere and put on some comfortable shoes and put on some tinted moisturizer and go out to the grocery store. And I don't want to work that hard. Let me just go ahead and eat this spinach. That's me. I don't know how that would work for you. So I just want you to be thinking about and preparing yourself by looking at your habits and your patterns. You know you, and I say that with all love and all respect. I say it to myself, like, I know myself. I know that if I go to that restaurant, I'm going to order that dessert. You know the desserts that they tell you, well, if you want to get the such and such, it's going to be 20 minutes. Where they tell you in advance, it's going to be a long time to prepare, so order it now. Why am I even going to this restaurant that has the special pudding thing that they bake, or the baked Alaska, or whatever it's called, where they let you know, oh, by the way, do you want that? It's going to be 20 minutes. I'm going to be here for 20 minutes. Go ahead and cook it. Don't. Know that in advance, and maybe don't go to that restaurant. I know my habits. I know my patterns. I know my distractions and my limiting beliefs. If you know that it's, what is it? I always get this right. Is it cuffing season or cupping season? I never is. What's that phrase? Is it cupping or cuffing season? It's when you boo up because it's wintertime and you want to have somebody to snuggle up next to this time of year during the holiday season. And you know you might get a little lonely, so you just keep that person in your inbox or in your phone just in case. Like, it's better than so it's cuffing. I think, okay, it's cuffing season. Thank you. Let me keep old so-and-so's number in my phone just in case. I might be a little lonely. Knowing full well that they don't mean you no good, that they're raggedy, as people say, they're raggedy. Why? Block and delete and get that person. Why even do that to yourself? A little bit of pleasure that you might have, or the lots of pleasure you might have, is not going to be worth the pain of when cuffing season is over. and they done gone on down the road again. You already know. So I'm spending a lot of time on this one because this is the one, this was the hinge, the little hinge that swung big doors for me. Like, how am I prepping myself? What are the obstacles? What are the external and internal obstacles? What are the moments of doubt that seem to always prop up? And what can I have in place to shore myself up? There's a company, I can't think of the name of it right now, a company in which you can future email yourself. Gosh, I wish I could remember the name of it. I think it's free too, like $10 a year or something, where you can write emails to yourself and they will come to you in the future. So I always write one for my birthday, or I write a little inspirational message, or I write some love or some what I call Kimspirations. And it shows up in your inbox when you are least expecting, like, oh, I wrote that to myself. Yay. Do that when you're on this vision. Like, write these messages to yourself. Leave little note cards for yourself, little post-it notes. Shore yourself up, shore this vision up so that it's strong. Because the struggle will come, but if you know that there's something that's in your field that you know is you, on potential on your path for not fulfilling the vision the way you'd like to, then set yourself up to win. And I personally don't even think it's cheating, because I'm like, is that cheating? No, that's good stuff. You're setting yourself up to win. So this one is the one that really makes me happy to talk about, as you can see, and it's naming it so it won't surprise you later on. Naming it now so it never surprises you. That's powerful, I think. Okay, that's not at all how my teacher taught it to me, but that's how I took it in. I'm sharing it with all of you. Oh, the service is what? Email your future self. Thank you, EJJ. Email your future self. I think it's like free or $10 or something. It's fabulous. It's fabulous. You set it up, set it and forget it. Send yourself one message a month, 10 messages a month. I think they have a limit and then you have to pay more or whatever, but it's really kind of cool. So you're welcome. And if you could put that on the resource list, if you don't mind. This is what happens when we teach. This happened to us each night, EJ, didn't it? Where we remember a resource and then go put that on the resource list, because we really want you all to have everything you need and everything you desire and deserve for 2026 and the rest of 2025. All right, I'll keep going. So the next one was shift. So we went through the scene, we went through the spark, we went through the struggle, and now's the shift. How will you respond and recode? Remember yesterday we talked a lot about recoding, right? About how you shift into a new identity. This is the power of choice. You have the power of decision here. This is where you make your declaration and your story becomes the declaration. I have decided, and you can use those statements EJ gave you a minute ago. I am, I have accomplished, I embody, I teach, I breathe, into all of these things. Who are you? And here's the thing. If you believe it, the rest of us will believe it too. I believe you when you tell me, oh, I'm going to be a best-selling author. Yes. I'm like, okay, I believe you. Thank you. Your conviction sounds real strong to me. And thank you for reminding me that I can have my version of that too. So how will you choose different responses? And this comes nicely off that whole struggle piece. You know that there will be obstacles of your own choosing and the obstacles that just life be lifing. But how can you choose different responses? How can you step into a new identity? How can you choose that new identity right now? I have a situation in my life, which I won't go into details, where this person is challenging to work with and to talk to and to be around and to be close up on. And I find myself getting triggered all the time. Stop talking. You're getting on my nerves. I have visceral responses. Well, what if I decide that for 2026, I will have no response whatsoever? Or I will choose my response in advance, and my response will be peace, or my response will be compassion, or my response will be, no, that's incorrect, and let me help you with that. Or you were wrong about that. Let me point you in the right direction. And I don't mean to say this person is only ever wrong, but sometimes they are. And sometimes it makes me like this. And do I put up my dukes, or do I open up my heart in a different way and choose for myself how I will respond differently? Choose in advance. I will not allow this to take me off my own peace path, right? How will I respond? How will you respond and recode? I have a new identity of someone who does not get their their feathers ruffled by the hot messery that's going on out there. And I may not always do it perfectly well, but I know that if I keep coming back to that vision, back to that identity, back to that decision, back to that commitment, I know that December 31st, 2026, I will be able to look back and go like, I did that, or I did all right with that. And look at how much peace I have left over. How will you navigate the fear and doubt? How you commit to supportive actions, and how you will recode your vision alignment. And I want to highlight something that EJ said. When he said, look at this every day, think about this every day, experience this, like wash this over your body every day. He didn't say it that way, but I mean, like, let it wash over you every day, because you're constantly recalibrating. You're constantly getting back in alignment, and you may find, ooh, the vision is too small. I got to step into something bigger. Well, now we're talking. Now we're talking. You get to recalibrate all the time. I may decide that the new identity of myself is I'm going to remain peaceful in the presence of this person who gets on my nerves. But I may recalibrate to go, I don't even want to be around that person anymore. They've outlived our usefulness. I don't even want to be around you. I may decide that that's the new identity. We'll see what happens. I'll come back and let you know. Right? You get to decide, and you get to recalibrate all the time. Highly, highly recommend. And what did I say down here? That this is the part that empowers your story. You're choosing the breakthroughs before they even begin. Look, you're deciding in advance, I'm going to have these breakthroughs. I'm going to recalibrate. I'm going to keep aligning. I'm going to keep marching to the beat of this vision. Your vision has a rhythm. It has a flavor to it. It has a beat, a heartbeat. And you're ever realigning your heartbeat with the heartbeat of your vision. I've never said it that way before, so I got a divine download. So that was from the divine through me to you. Tap into the heartbeat of your vision and align your heartbeat with it, because it wants you to be fulfilled. It wants you. I think I said this on the first day, and this is another thing I learned several years ago, that everything you want wants you back. Everything you want wants you back. So if you have the vision for it, and I don't think we said it today, if you have the vision for it, it's possible, because the vision wouldn't even come to you. The idea wouldn't come to you. You are uniquely designed to make this vision come through and come true. It wouldn't come to you. You have some visions that are meant for you that I would never even think. I hadn't even thought about that, because it's not meant for me to bring it forth. But it came to you for a reason. Everything that wants you back. And once I learned that, that was also another hinge, a small hinge that opens every door. Like, what if? What if? And even if you don't believe it, just take it on, try it on. If you don't believe it right now, try it on. Like, I wouldn't even be thinking of this if it wasn't possible. You want to start a school in what foreign country, and you don't even have the funds now? But the creator put that in you and said, don't worry, we're going to send you the funds. Don't worry, we're going to help you set a nonprofit. Don't worry, you're going to meet the people and shake the hands and find the people who will give you the money to build the school in this place that you want to. And you will look one day on opening day when you're cutting, how people cut the ribbon with those giant scissors? Those giant scissors. I'm always worried about how sharp they really are. The ribbon cutting scissors. You will be standing in front of your school in the foreign country of your choice, cutting the opening day ribbon, going, I didn't even know how this was going to happen, but these kids are going to get an education that wasn't thought of until the day I thought of it and put it in my heart. Okay, whatever that is for you. Okay. I'm feeling it, huh, EJ? You see me feeling it? You feel me feeling it? And the last piece of this, apropos, is the shine. Your vision now fully embodied. It's the moment you land in triumph. It's not fantasy. It is made real. You are cutting the ribbon ceremony. You got them big scissors for the ribbon cutting ceremony on whatever it is in your life. My vision, actually, I'm going to include that in my vision. In my vision, I'm cutting the ribbon on opening something, giant scissors, a ribbon cutting ceremony on your new life, on your new dreams, on the people whose lives will be changed because you stepped into the vision. So where do you find yourself at the end of 2026? What results do you see? What's emotional and spiritual and creative and financial and relational? What feels different now about how you live and serve and shine? And this is the magic piece for me too, the little extra cherry on top is what wisdom will you now be able to pass on or share with others? How will you be able to share and serve and help others on this journey? Whether it's the school or the school in the foreign land or the school right here or the girls group that you're going to build or the Boy Scout troop you're going to start or the bakery you're going to build or whatever it is for you or the stages you will stand on and speak. And people will go, oh, it's possible for me now. Thank you for saying yes to your dream. I spent a lot of time on this, didn't I, EJ? So let this part to really feel joyful and grounded and true. It's joyful, it's grounded, and it's truth. It happened because you said it would, because you decided it would. This is the evidence of change. This is your becoming. We're all always becoming something. You know, EJ talked about that last night. There's a transitional identity. This is your becoming. You're in the transition. And then there's a point where you stand on the mountaintop and you have arrived and you climb down that mountaintop and get ready to climb up the next one, right? So from my perspective, your story is also your roadmap, like the plan and the strategy, and your vision is the roadmap. And your story is a beautiful roadmap that you get to build along the way. Look at the struggles that arise and revisit the shift. When doubt whispers, you just revisit the scene that you've set for yourself. And when you feel yourself expanding, you get to celebrate your shine. You're the storyteller, and you're the one who shines forward. By the way, if you need some help with this, we're going to make a couple of invitations for you all to come and join us. What we were going to talk about tonight also, and we realized that it was going to just go like 17 hours. We were going to talk about also the visibility, the accountability, and the ways to make money doing this. You know, I started making money as a speaker when I wasn't making money as an actress. As a speaker, author, coach, and now publisher, I started making revenue for myself that was completely outside of Hollywood, completely outside of my agent taking their 10%. This is something that I was able to do for myself, for my people. And it has now come to the place, I've been doing this for so long that I wanted to create a membership. I've done courses and I've done speaking on this and I've done containers, individual containers, and some of you have been in them. But now we have this story and stage society where EJ and I coach you on becoming more visible with the story, with the message, with the movement that you want to create. Learning how to strategically create your revenue and creating the space of community and accountability where we love on each other's message and lift it and keep it lifted. There's so much going on out in the world. And so why not have a place, or as EJ always says, it's real cold out there. It's real cold out there, but it's nice and warm and toasty anywhere we are because we create the container for you to feel safe and sacred to expand that vision. Like I said, I'm going to believe you. Whatever dream you want to build, I'm going to go, yep, I believe you. How can I help you make that happen? And that's what the story and stage is. We've put up the QR code there, and I'm also going to put the banner up just in case you happen to be on your phone, you don't see it. You just go to bit.ly/story and stage, bit.ly/story and stage, or you just go to the link right there and You can join us. Oh, by the way, when you join us tonight, we're doing a live coaching right after this, like a deepening session. So we've been doing that, inviting people. All the members of Story and Stage get to come and attend, and we do this live coaching for about 40 minutes after this. So you're welcome to join us, especially if you want help with the visibility, help with creating the revenue, and help with the accountability. Like that's the good stuff. The good stuff. All right, EJ is going to take it away, and I want y'all to really get ready because it's about to get good. Because he's got a treat for you. Okay,
I'll
take.
take you good. That was incredible. Like Eric, you blew it away. That was amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
I
Thank
got I got some nuggets for myself out of
you.
that.
Did you
Like
know?
you did. Everybody else, put a heart emoji in the comments if Kim crushed it and you got value out of what she just shared with us.
Oh, thank
Just go
you.
ahead and put a heart in comments. Let's see a heart in the comments for her.
I received that. Thank you.
I loved it. It was great. Thank you so much. Look, there are the hearts coming in.
Ooh,
Love
ooh,
it. I love it. Nice, nice.
love it too.
So now that we've shifted a little bit here from you got a vision, you caught a vision for your life, right? Kim helped you shape that vision into a powerful story, a powerful narrative. And I want to just add one thing, if I could, that if you don't shape the narrative, then your narrative will get created by default. But you can take what Kim just shared with us and create and design your own story for 2026 instead of allowing the story to be molded and shaped without your input. And that's the difference between creating the future that you're living into and just allowing the future to show up at your doorstep. And so really take this on powerfully, like really like jump into this and design it. You know, it's the whole premise of what vision boards were created around, right? Is that you're creating this story for yourself in picture form to help anchor that story into your mental, emotional, and physical states so that then your reticular activating system will go into power play and start to line up and attract those things so you can see them, you can experience them, you can identify them when they show up. This is no different than that, except for you're fully laying out the details of how the unfoldment will happen, right? You caught the vision for your life, and now you're creating the story to amplify that vision. And what we're going to talk about now is creating the physical blueprint to build the vision from, right? To build it into manifestation, into tangible uh, manifestation. All right. So, vision, story, plan, blueprint. That's what we're working on now. Let's look at the first 90 days. And you may say, well, hey, EJ, you and Kim have been talking about who we're going to be in 2026, like the whole year. Well, yeah, planning out your whole year is amazing. But how many of you have ever been like a planning junkie? I'm a planning junkie sometimes. And I have planned out many a years. I know like from day one, I know what I'm doing in November of the next year. From January 1st, I know what I'm doing in November of the next year. I've worked out this plan, spent hours and hours laying it out. And by January 31st, everything has shifted. And now whatever I had planned for November is totally rearranged. And it's not always in a bad way. Sometimes the timelines move up and I don't need to wait to November to do X. Maybe it happened in April, right? Or sometimes something that happened in March changed the whole trajectory of the rest of the year. And so the reason why we're focusing on what's powerful about focusing on 90-day sprints is because it's 12 weeks. It's very little time for things to really shift really far off focus. You can hold that container with greater intentionality and focus than if you were to try to spread it out to a year. I'm not saying don't have an ultimate year vision. That's why we took you through the vision. That's why the story. Those things are very much important. And if that your vision for your life in this year and your story that you've created for yourself for this year are the big annual plan, but we have to chunk that down into smaller containers that are manageable, that keeps us accountable on a regular basis. Because by saying in 9 months I'm going to be X, you won't start working on it until the eighth month. But if we say, this is the vision for my year, this is the vision, this is the story I'm creating for my life for this year. Now, for the next 90 days, what do I focus on in order to realize that? Not what do I focus on in April, but what do I focus on from January, February, and March? 90-day sprint. So I wanted to give you that context because you're like, so that you're clear why we are focusing on a 90-day vision blueprint. And there's a reason why it's a 90-day vision blueprint is because your vision needs to be present throughout every 90-day sprint. It is your North Star. It is the guidepost for everything you do within these 90-day sprints. So let's talk a little bit about this structure, this 90-day structure. I break it down into 3 separate containers. And before I get started, because I tend to do what some people say is like give a whole bunch of information, I've been cautioned to slow down a little bit and give people an opportunity to stay present with me. So if ever at a point I'm moving too fast, just put like fast in the comments and I'll try to slow things down a little bit. I get super excited and then I just want to give you and tell you everything so super fast. So to ground myself, if you would grant me just this one moment to just take a breath, you could take one with me. We'll do a collective breath together. Let's take a breath because we're moving from vision into vehicle, from story to vehicle on what gets us to what it is we want to create for 2026. So let's take a breath together. Thank you. That feels real good. So I'm going to go back to this slide now, right now. The 90-day structure, you've already created the big part of your 90-day vision blueprint. You've created your vision, and I know that you'll do more refinement on it. We went through it earlier part of this particular session. You'll refine that. You'll refine your story. This is a work in progress. But once you get those 2 chunks together, the vision, the story for the year, those are the biggest pieces of your 90-day vision blueprint. Inside the 90-day vision blueprint, you're going to create what I like to call these 3 segments, which is month 1 is about alignment. It's kind of like what we did over this 3 days. It's harvesting what you have. What resources do you have already? Where are you right now in relationship to the vision? What do you have in your arsenal already that you could pull out? Where do you need to grow? What is your growing edge for this particular vision, right? It's about aligning what you have already. What is the foundation, your starting point with the ultimate vision? Month two is about activation, right? If month one is about the alignment, the planning, the foundation, month two is about activating that. What is it that you need to be activating in order to move yourself closer to the realization of the ultimate vision? What steps, what what things do you need to do? How do you need to connect with others? How do you need to engage? Is there a learning that you need to take on? Is there just pure action? You need to just get busy and get in action. All of that takes place in during that kind of activation period. And then month three is about ascending. It's about reviewing what's going on. How can I sharpen this for the next sprint? Where assessing where we are right now. It's about ascending to the next level, the next peak, still remaining connected to the vision and the story that you've created. Inside your 90-day vision blueprint, you're going to create what I like to call milestones, right? And we're going to get to the milestones in just one moment, but I want you to take a closer look at what we call the alignment month and what you should be looking for in that alignment period, right? It's about those foundational actions that bring you into full alignment with your 2026 vision. And then the activation is about how will you step into and activate what you already have as a foundation, right? And activate your vision with velocity. It's about movement in that second month phase. And then the third phase, just to reiterate, is about ascending. How will you rise, transform, elevate your vision in month three? All right. So the milestones inside your 90-day vision blueprint, we're looking at these markers for momentum. And I don't want you to look at these like tasks or chores or busy work. These are your markers for momentum. They're your opportunity to place sort of guideposts along this 90-day sprint to let you know that you're still moving in the right direction of the vision that you've created for your life. You're still moving this forward, right? It's like having an example of this is I designed software, and some of the software that I designed a 90-day sprint, 90-day blueprint sprint software to help walk you through this process. And I'll share it with you a little bit later. But in that designing process, there is something in software design called checkpoints, right? A milestone is like a checkpoint. It's like you get to a certain point where you're working on the project, on the software, and you want to freeze that moment as a checkpoint, like, okay, I've hit this point of design or development, and I know that I don't need to go back and redo things. I know I've made it to this point. That means I'm moving forward. It's almost like a reward to reward yourself for moving forward. So a milestone is something meaningful and measurable. It's momentum building. Every time I hit a checkpoint in a software design, I know that I've crossed a barrier. I've done something that has built my foundation up. And so as you create milestones and you cross those milestones, you will have built your foundation up. Your blueprint is starting to take form. Your vision is starting to take form. It's the moment you can point to it and say, yes, I'm on track, right? So if you're laying the foundations in month one, what needs to be cleaned up, clarified, or created? That might be a milestone. Like, if I know that there needs to be something cleaned up or clarified or created, or I need to do something in order to be ready for activation, that is where the milestone lives. In the activate section or activate month, you're stepping outward. What visibility moves do you need to make? What outreach? What connections do you need to make? That may be another milestone. It's like making the connections in order to move the project forward. And when you look at month number 3 of ascending, you're thinking of you're executing what launches, what deliverables, what outcomes define your success. Let's do a little bit of review of that. I want you to really, really get this powerfully. So when you take in these 3 months and looking at these milestones, these are benchmarks, right? And I want to just, before I move on to the weekly planning aspect of this, I want you to get present to the fact that we're moving from a very meta perspective, like a very broad view, which is your vision, right? And as we move down, it gets narrower and narrower, right? You move down from your vision, which is the very broad experience of what you want to, of what you desire. And we move into the story, which brings it down to a more accessible version of what you desire, from vision to story. And then we move into alignment that further brings it down to a more tangible foundational perspective. And then into creating milestones around that alignment, into activation. As we get into activation, it's now very tangible because now it's not just you, it's you're connecting, you're activating, you're in community, you're visible, you're moving. And then we move on to ascend, which is a very, now you're ascending, you're refining, you're moving to the next 90-day sprint, right? It's a rinse and repeat sort of thing. But each one of these has another level to them, right? Each activation, each month has another level to them because you want to bring this as close to your everyday life as possible, right? If you live up in the vision always, you you can't see the things that are in the lower element that you need to do on a regular basis, right? In order to realize their vision, there are action steps you need to take. There are things that you need to do in order to have the vision be fulfilled and realized. So in this planning process, just see it as sort of like a funnel, if you will. It gets narrower and narrower and narrower as you come down. The next piece of designing this would be your weekly plan. And the weekly plan can feel a little daunting, right? Like, how do you go about planning a weekly plan for something that you haven't done before? You look at, okay, if I could take the big 3 things for the milestones I've created. If you create your milestones, that's where you started. You created the milestones. Now, if I say every week, what are the weekly big 3? The things that I need to do to move the needle, right? This is a closer look to your actual day-to-day. What is it that you need to do daily or weekly, rather? Every week, there are 3 things that truly matter. The 3 actions that move you toward your milestones. If you already know that the milestones are moving you towards the vision, the weekly big 3 is moving you towards the milestones, which in turn will always move you towards the vision. Your big 3 must be directly tied to a milestone, possible to complete within the week, and stretching but not overwhelming. We get caught up in creating task lists that are 1,000. I'm guilty of it, 1,000 tasks strong. But the idea here is to make it stretch you, but not overwhelm you. Stretch you, but not overwhelm you. Hope this is making sense. Do me a favor and put a thumbs up in the comments if you're still with me. Your big three, your big three are designed to, thank you, are designed to protect you from overwhelm and yet keep you aligned with who you're becoming, not who you've been. So if you feel like I don't plan, like Kim mentioned earlier, she's like, hey, I don't know this planning thing. I don't know about this planning thing. She could tell you how many times I've been trying to get her to do yearly plans and whatnot. But she has plans, but they live in her head. They stay in her head, and then when she goes into hyper focus and action on them, she goes into hyper focus and action. Like she gets it done. But here's the thing: that can burn a person out, and you could become overwhelmed. I think she's just so magnificent at it because she's mastered it for herself. But there's an easier way. If you're not a superwoman like Kim, there's an easier way, right? Your big three priorities are there to hold the guardrails so you don't feel overwhelmed. Your job is to ask yourself, what are the three things that move the needle for the milestone that I'm working on right now? Make sense? This is not like necessarily new stuff. Like planning like this is been around forever. But it's what ties you to the success of it is that every action, every task, every milestone ties back to the story you're creating and the vision you've created for your life. It all ties back to those two things, the story and the vision. Now, let's zoom into the daily rhythm. The daily rhythm is really where the rubber meets the road, right? Your daily tasks, I like to call them the flow of execution. And because your daily actions are where your identity and behavior live. Yesterday, we talked a lot about identity. Like when you designing your vision, standing in December 2026, you have identified yourself as a new identity. And that identity, the story that you tell yourself about that identity, has a set of behaviors, right? A way about them, a way about getting things done. And your tasks keep you in alignment with that. So every day, you'll complete 3 small but powerful actions I call the daily flow formula. 1, identify an identity aligned action. Who are you becoming? 2, 1 priority action. It moves the big 3 for the week forward. And the third is 1 maintenance action. Your life, your business, it's a stabilizer for you. So I'm going to repeat that again. Your daily tasks fit into one of these 3 categories. You have 3 daily tasks. One of them is an identity aligned action. It's who you're becoming, who the vision of you is. That's 1 task every single day aligns with that. The second is 1 priority action. It moves the big 3 forward, right? The big 3 you set for the week. And the third is 1 maintenance action. It's a life or business stabilizer, right? So let me give you an example. let's say I want to become a podcaster. That's my vision. I see myself as a podcaster, a successful podcaster. An example of identity would be that I would work on podcast topics. That's if I'm a podcaster work on creating content for their podcast. So my action that is identity tied would be creating content for my podcast, right? Let's say the thing that moves my big three along for the week, which maybe my big three along is, hey, I need to be more visible. I need to actually produce my podcast, and I want to be a better father. So my priority for the week would be maybe I should create a blog to go with my podcast, right? It's like I'm moving the big three. I'm going to write or launch a blog to go with my podcast. So I got my identity and I got the priority to move the big three. Now, what is my maintenance? Well, if my maintenance may be to set up play dates with my children, right? My maintenance may be that stabilizes my life. I know that I want to be a better father. So to stabilize my life, I should set up a play date with my kids. Do you get how it tackles all three areas, right? So one task every single day. This is not about overwhelm. This is about taking strategic action towards what you want. Okay? Hope this is helpful. Like your daily tasks should feel like a gentle progress, not a punishment. Small actions compound into massive momentum. Now, that isn't to say that you can't get more done in a day. You probably could get more than 3 done. But I assure you, if you stick to this formula, you'll be surprised how ease-filled the journey will be. All right. So there's one thing that I always do, and I want to just invite you to do as well. As you start doing this work, building out your plan, creating this blueprint for yourself, we just walk through it really, really quickly. If you followed along and you do all of the steps we just talked about from the top of the hour tonight, from the moment we start till now, you will have a blueprint, period. That's your 90-day blueprint. You don't need anything else. You just need to rinse and repeat and keep, doing the work over and over again. But I'd like you to consider asking yourself each morning, as you're doing the work of being who you design yourself to be for 2026, what small actions will I complete today to advance my weekly big three? If you just do that, the task will unfold before you. The 3 that I shared with you will unfold every day. If you just ask yourself that question, what small actions will I complete today to advance my weekly big three? And just continue to do that every single day until your 90-day sprint is up, and then you reevaluate and you start once again from a new foundation now, because you will have built something. You don't start all over again. You start building from the next foundation. So here's the magic of what we just built. Your vision, your story becomes your milestones. Your milestones shape your weekly big three. Your big three shape your daily actions. And your daily actions create your momentum. This is how you align, then activate, then ascend. Your 90-day vision blueprint isn't about perfection. It's about consistency, clarity, and identity. If you follow this rhythm, align, activate, ascend, your 2026 vision becomes not just possible, but inevitable. You now have your blueprint. You built it. You just got to build it. You just got to keep building it. So I want to share something with you because it's work. It takes work to get to where you what you want to realize that vision. So mentioned earlier that I design software, and in workshopping this 3-day event with Kim, I was thinking, I was like, how can I create something that is easy for people to walk through this process, to design their vision, to be able to show their vision and have support, have our support along the way. And so I designed something called the 90-day vision sprint, which is a software that will walk you through that. I'm going to share it with you all right now. I'm going to show it to you. Show it to you. Kim, you want to come back on? Hello, Kim. Kim's back.
Hello. This is the beautiful. Sorry, would you say?
I said I'm going to share my screen just one moment. Go
Yes.
ahead.
This is the beautiful gift I alluded to. If you saw my post earlier, EJ has built something amazing, and take it away.
So the 90-day vision blueprint, I'm not sure, is this showing? Can you
Yeah.
see? Okay, great. So you basically, the website is alignmentonpurpose.com. And you can basically come here and begin your journey. I'm just going to log in real quick. And when you log in, it's going to ask you some questions, right? It's going to ask you, like, what do you want to focus on? What do you want? More money, personal growth, creativity? You want to put something in custom? You could put that in for yourself. What does your vision dictate? What is it that you want to focus on for your 90-day sprint? Right? So I'm just going to say health. This is going to ask you a few more questions, like, what is your weekly capacity? What realistically can you commit to every single week? So I'm going to say I can commit 16 hours to my health every week. All right. What is your guiding word or phrase? Kim mentioned this earlier. What's your word of the year? What is your phrase of the year? Right? It's a great North Star to choose what your guiding either word or phrase. I'm going to say vitality, since we're talking about health. And once you do that, it's going to keep moving you through the process to give you coaching along the way. And I want you to know that the coaching has been trained. Yes, it is AI. And that AI coaching has been trained with both Kim's knowledge and coaching and myself. So you're getting a blend of our coaching of who we are and AI. So it's going to give you this sort of outpicturing of what to expect. And then you just go on it and it's going to interview you and ask you a few more questions. Like, in 90 days, if this were wildly successful, what would be true in your life or business? So I could go through all of these questions. I'm not going to take our time here because I know we have to go, but it's going to walk you through every step of this process. And you could see there's 6 questions you have to answer. You should take time answering these questions. They matter. So it's not to rush through them. It's to really think about this. In 90 days, having realized what I want realized, having it being wildly successful, what does my health and vitality look like? What do I feel like? What's have I lost weight? Do I run a marathon? What is the deal for me? How do I feel? Right? And each of these questions have a slightly different spin on that. But after that, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. It'll take you to the milestones. Remember those milestones we just talked about? It's going to help you decide what are the milestones you should be pointing your energy towards. What should you be doing? Then it'll walk you through the weekly plan. Every week for 12 weeks, what are the big rocks, right? What are the milestones will always be present for you to see? The big rocks, then the supporting tasks. What are those 3 things that you should be doing every day? What are the three big weekly rocks that you have to contend with every week? Then it walks you through some habits. Do you want to start some new habits? Maybe you want to meditate every day. Maybe you want to go hiking once a week. You can add those in here as well. And then there's space for you to check in. The last thing Kim and I want for any of us, all of us, you, ourselves included, is that you do the work to put the you take the energy to do the work to create this plan for yourself, this vision for your life, and then you don't check in and assess where you are along the journey. Continue to check in daily or have a weekly reset just in case you fall off. You reset weekly, come back with new refreshed energy. And since we can't be on that journey with you unless you come join the Story and Stage Society, this is a way for you to have that coaching along the way. You can get coaching throughout this as well. And then this is a way for you to get progress and to get that coaching. This is where you get our coaching. Since we can't necessarily be with you all the time, you can get that coaching right here. And ultimately, you can export your blueprint. So you have, if you're a paper person and you want to have an actual blueprint in your hand, you could have that in your hand as well by printing it out. So we created this with the blueprint in mind, but not only the blueprint in mind, but being able to hold yourself accountable and continuous momentum towards realizing the vision, right? Because the last thing you want is the vision to become something that is somewhere out there someday that never gets fulfilled. Right? This is a living, breathing part of you that you get to act on every single day. Every single day.
Did you give the code for them to be able to get this?
You could go to, oh, I didn't even put the thing up. What am I thinking about? I'm so excited. I can't even think it straight, Kim.
So we have a special code for you to be able to use this, right?
Story and Stage.
Right. So are you able to show your screen, or I can show mine? Because I just signed up for it using the code. So when you go to, it'll say, view the plans. When you click on alignmentonpurpose.com.
The Story and Stage has the code. When you have to go to Story and Stage to get the code.
Oh, got you.
Story and Stage has the code to sign in. Once you go into Story and Stage, the code is right there for you to log into, to have access to it.
Got you. Well, let's tell the people how to become a part of Story and Stage. This is the kind of work that we're doing tonight, is a part of what we do in Story and Stage Society. Do we have another slide? I think we do. Where are we? Oh, what just happened?
What did you do, Kim?
I think the slides are taken out.
There it is.
There it is. I just want to share this with you and share with you how you can come and join us. So listen, you've gotten tonight and over the last 3 days. And by the way, if you're watching, wherever you're watching this, I've left the replays up. We've left the replays up of day 1, day 2, day 3. We'll eventually take them down, but I know, people are busy, and, it may be hard for you to find 90 minutes 3 times this week to be able to watch this, but we're leaving this up. I saw somebody said, I love this. I need to be able to stop and take notes. So you can. We also have a workbook for you, which is that QR code for the workbook, EJ?
That's the QR code to Story and Stage. Okay. But anybody can access the workbook. There's another QR code. I just put it right now. That
the actual document link as well.
Documents. Yeah. Yes. Oh yeah, I do. I have yes. I'll put it in the chat.
Right. And so we keep mentioning the Story and Stage Society because in 2 minutes we're going to go jump over there and do our coaching, our live coaching on Zoom, so we can actually put voices in the space. And so if you need or want to have more help with this, we're actually going to activate a 90-day goal setting, macro, micro whatever the smallest one. What's the smallest one? There's macro, micro, and right in your face. Daily experience. We're going to be doing that with Story and Stage, as well as preparing all the society members for more visibility, preparing them for honing their messages, honing their stories, becoming better speakers, launching their businesses, taking their businesses to the next level. That's what we do inside of Story and Stage. And if you'd like to join right now, the monthly fee, the monthly investment, I should say, is $67. You can go month to month to month. You can come in for a little bit, dip in and dip back out once you've, gotten your fill, but you won't get your fill because we keep filling you up. Or
we'd like you to commit to yourself to this whole vision. Like, commit to create this vision in Story and Stage with us for the whole year. Stay with us for a year.
Stay with us for a whole year.
Transformed by the end of that year.
Well, we have a yearly investment too of $670, and that will get you 2 months free. But if you sign up now, you go to the little code that EJ has made, or I'll put the banner up because some people might be on their phone and can't use it to scan. You just go to bit.ly/story and stage. And when you get over there, you will get a code to get the 90-day blueprint sprint for 90 days for free, right, EJ?
Yeah.
I think the cost of it is like $9.99 a month. And that's fantastic for a 90-day plan broken out into months, weeks, days, and minute by minute me achieving my goals. But Story and Stage, we have a code for you that you can go and get that. And someone just asked a moment ago, the replays, the workbook. I keep calling it a workbook. It is that document that I just put there for you, Tammy. So the workbook is the document, and there we'll have the replays, the resources. Say what, EJ? I can't hear you.
I'm gonna show the.
Oh yeah, we're gonna open it up so you can see what's in there. It's chock full of deliciousness.
Yeah, so this is a document right here. We have a little love note from us, and then here's an access to join Story and Stage if you want to come join Story and Stage. This is where the replays live. So this was day 1, day 2, and day 3 is already there. Look at that. So day 3 is already there. There's a transcript from day 1, transcript from day 2. There's also the Peaceful Perimeter Journal, which Kim gave us last night. And I put this in because sometimes we have money belief problems when it comes to visioning. So if you feel like you have some money blocks, go check out this GPT and just tell it what you're going through. I've already programmed it to help you overcome those blocks. So I put that there for you all as an additional resource. The transcript from day 3 will happen once we're done. And then there'll also be some, here's the email your future self, which is what Kim brought up today. And we may have some more stuff to put in here. But if you keep scrolling down here, there is, and if you click on this thing, it'll show, you'll see all this here, like day 1, harvest your year. Here are all the prompts that we talked about that night and some details about that. And then day 2's here. So it's lots of stuff, y'all. There's day 2. Day 2 is there for you. Release or recode. And then day 3 will be coming in just a moment.
Indeed. Well, thank you so much for spending this time with us. Go into the chat, if you will, and tell us some of your ahas and oh snaps. An aha is a eureka moment, like, oh, wow, I haven't thought of it that way. And to me, an oh snap is like it landed right in your heart, right in your, like, oh man, it's in my soul now. So do you have an aha or an oh snap from today or from the past few days that you'd like to share with us? We'd love to see. I love that Jennifer is like, mine is printing right now. Jennifer is on it. So just so you know, Jennifer, it won't be complete until we're done with this. So you may have to print the final page again.
Yeah.
It's a living document. Like, we still got to
hold on, Jennifer. It's coming. It's almost there.
I can hear the sound of her printing now.
Is that how they sound? I don't think they're probably quiet now. I don't think I haven't used a printer, so.
I know we haven't used paper in a long time. I miss the printer. There's nothing like holding it in your hand, holding the paper in your hand. So we'll update everything for you. Thank you so much for participating in this. Those of you who are already in Story and Stage, we'll see you there in just a moment. We're a couple of minutes late, but we'll pop over. And those of you who would like to join us for the live coaching, my recommendation is come on over there right now. You get a full month with us. And because we've been activated inside the Story and Stage Society for several months now, there's actually training already in the classroom over there. So there's trainings on creating your money maker, I like to call it. There's
like that class.
That's your, huh?
I said you like that class.
I love it because it's shake your money maker or create your money maker. There's classes on visibility victory and how to other ways to structure your stories and so much more. So I would say yes for a month and stay for forever. Oh, thanks for showing it. So there's already content and resources. And in fact, I'll say this and I'll let everybody go. One of our members reminded me that back at the beginning of the year when we first started this, there was a membership, a free membership to a company called Speaker Hub. Well, he has shifted his business and made the Speaker Hub even bigger and better. And we have a call planned with him so that he will honor the 3 months free inside the Speaker Hub so you can actually get booked. Part of this is dropping into the identity, setting up your goals for 2026, being clear on your vision, being clear on your goals, being able to do your message, share your message, create your movement. And then it's about getting booked and paid to speak on podcasts and stages and summits, having your own summits. Come on now, having your own events if you have a dream of doing that. And so I want you to get monetized on your mission and your message. And so come and spend a month with us inside, check out the classes and classrooms, and I think you'll stay. I know you'll stay.
Cool.
I think you'll stay. All right. We'll pop over. Those of you who are in Story and Stage, we'll see you in a moment. Those of you who'd like to join, there's the code, there's the link, and we will talk to you very soon. Mwah! Talk to you soon.
Take care, everybody. Happy holidays.